May, a journey into accepting life as it is, wild and unplanned. I wanted to share a poem in this month's vlog. This poem came to me through a reflection that I had on a recent mushroom trip. I took this trip with the intention to explore self-acceptance and self-compassion, both topics that are really, really important to me. And during my trip, as I was coming in and out of awareness, there was this moment where I was hazily coming back when I noticed my own hands resting on my bed. And instinctively, I saw one hand grasp the other like a prayer pose. But it felt, and I knew it was more than that. For me, it symbolized me holding my own hand, offering myself comfort and love. And right after this, I released so many sighs, and it felt like I was letting go of so many things. And mostly, I feel like it was the need to be perfect, and to figure everything out, and to know everything, and to plan and to control. Just what I've been defaulting to for most of my life. And I've been really tired, and it was really powerful. Another thing that came up for me on this trip was also this feeling of love that had been passed down from my mom, passed down through generations. And I saw an image of a little girl, maybe my own daughter, and I felt the love that I had for her. And in that moment, I knew that it was the same love that my mother had for me when she held me as a child. And this was such a deep level of recognition and realization and knowing. And it really deepened my understanding of knowing that I was and still am really loved. And this ties into something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, family planning and fertility. So over the past few months, this has grown stronger in me. And I decided to do some testing with my doctor because of my age. I wanted to, be careful as well and be aware of what's happening with my body. And I learned that my AMH, which is the anti-Müllerian hormone, is quite low. It was quite a shock at first, but I've been reading and learning, and while the number is low, which means that I might have a low ovarian reserve, it doesn't mean that conceiving is impossible. It just changes how I think about my path. And I probably would have taken more time before deciding about family planning, but knowing this now shifts how I want to move forward. And I realize it's learning and part of accepting that life is unpredictable, it's messy and wild, and not always the way we plan. And even if I do decide to try, I have no way of knowing whether or not I will be able to conceive. So it's such a big unknown. And I think there was a big part of this journey as I was thinking about becoming mother and wrestling with this question is, how do I know if I'm ready? And the truth is, I don't think I'll ever feel perfectly ready. But I've done what I can in practical terms to get myself ready. I've always known that I wanted to have a really good partner. I've also wanted to feel stable in my career. And I feel that both of these things I do have now. And I find myself a lot happier than I've been in a really long time these days. But there's still some fear of when is the perfect time? And I think I'm ready to let that go now. And maybe being ready just means being open to the adventure. And I do feel like I'm in a good place with myself as long as I don't overthink and overplan. There are many things I feel prepared for, but wanting a perfect outcome, that's something I don't think I'll ever reach because I just don't even know what perfect means. So with all of that in my heart, here's a poem that captures what I've been feeling this month. and I will call this poem Ode to Self. This month, I held my own hand and didn't ask for a reason. I sighed, not to fill the silence, but to finally let it speak. I saw love, not as a goal, but as a memory passed down through skin and breath and bone. Maybe life doesn't need a perfect plan. Maybe readiness is just another myth we tell ourselves to feel safe. Maybe love is enough reason to stay open. And maybe this moment, just as it is already whole. I have wandered through lifetimes of searching, fixing, trying to know, carrying questions like burdens, carrying answers like shields. But here in the stillness, I find myself. Not a project, not a problem, but a presence. A soft inhale, a hand on my chest, a voice that whispers, "You were allowed to be exactly this." I have tried to earn love by being right, bright, and pleasing. But love, real love, has no terms. And I have that now because I give it now. To the girl I once was, messy, hopeful, drawing stars in the margins, I see you. To the woman that I am, tired, blooming, learning how to stay, I choose you. And to the daughter I may meet, running barefoot in grass, forgiving herself slowly, I will show you how. Because joy lives in the body, not despite it. Because beauty lives in imperfection, not beyond it. Because life is not a test or a riddle or a path to get right. It's a garden. And I finally am learning how to grow.